All right, now I want to ask you about your you're wearing your OnlyFans hoodie. Let's talk about OnlyFans, man. Yeah, because OnlyFans has been you're on OnlyFans now, and you've been posting your content, and I saw OnlyFans. They actually been like backing you too, like posting you on their Instagram and Twitters and stuff like that. And how's that going for you? How's OnlyFans, man? I don't know anything about it.
Yes, I was actually against it.
Oh, really?
I said I would never do it. I wasn't going to support like my girlfriend doing it because me and Giannina talked about it one time. She said, "What if I did like OnlyFans or something?" Yeah. And I was like, "I just don't know if I could date you if you did OnlyFans." And that's just me being honest. It'd be hypocritical of me to say otherwise, right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? She started doing like Savage X Fenty, like doing like lingerie, and it like for me as a man, I didn't like. You don't like your girlfriend being out there like in lingerie and stuff, and other guys like looking at him on Instagram in the DM, and I'm like, you don't like that.
Yeah, slide.
But that's one thing Giannina taught me. Like that is something I took very positively from my relationship. Is she taught me to be less insecure as a man, and that was something that I had to really open my mind and heart to because I was very like. No, like I don't want you wearing that. Wear nipple covers, blah blah blah. Like you're wearing a blazer, like you know what I mean, with no bra. And I wish I could go back and change that because I made her uncomfortable in a lot of situations where I was like, I don't want you wearing that out.
Right.
And that becomes very controlling.
Yeah, it does.
And that can lead to other controlling things.
Yeah.
And she really taught me to back off, and I learned to like more near the end of our relationship, I was like yeah, like it wasn't worth the argument, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, how can I get mad if she's posting pictures in lingerie, right? And then, but before we were dating, I was liking girls' pictures in lingerie. Like, I want to see that. It's good for engagement. It's good for following. It's good for brand deals, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, she taught me
to get into that bag, like into your posting that type of content.
No, she didn't get me into that. No, she just, and I was like, how's it fair? I posted a picture shirtless, you know what I mean, in some underwear, and then she can't post a picture in bra and panties or lingerie.
Yeah, it's a double standard.
So yeah, and she taught me to break the idea of double standards, and she really and it locked into me, and I am now like, now I can date somebody and they can have an OnlyFans, and I'm like, hey, do your thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want you fucking another guy on your OnlyFans, you know what I mean, or doing some crazy shit like that. I'm not down with that, but.
Yeah, where do you draw the line, bro?
Yeah, and
that she can have an OnlyFans, but your girlfriend can have an OnlyFans, but she can't hook up on there.
I mean, with me, no face,
no trace. Okay.
But I just like I don't want to be dating somebody that's that's out banging somebody else for content. Now you're doing lingerie, you're doing like a boudoir shoot, whatever. Like I can get over that,
right?
You know what I mean? Because it's work. But I also, in the same sense, like even I created my OnlyFans account like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, 5 months ago.
You created the account like your personal to view, or are you saying your own to like you knew you were gonna get into it?
I was thinking about getting into it.
Okay.
And I was like, well, the concept behind it, everybody's like, hey, you should do it, you should. And I'm like, guys don't typically perform well on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't know.
I
would not know.
George Powers has an OnlyFans, though, right?
Maybe. Yeah, we actually do.
Y'all doing
we actually do. We actually do it. We would just post like behind the scenes shit.
I bet you do.
Atlanta. Shit.
Of Atlanta, okay.
Not people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, I talked to a bunch of people. I had a bunch of girlfriends that did it. I knew one or two guys from like other like reality shows that did it, and they're like, man, honestly, like, just do what you want to do. And I was like, well, I don't want to show dick on there, you know what I mean?
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, yeah. And then and they're like, why not? And I'm like, they're like, I was like, well, I don't.
You want to keep it classy. You don't want to be a porn star. I mean, if you start showing your genitals, like you turn into a porn star status.
So like,
I think it's a slippery slope too. Like once you start doing like the more clothes you take off, it gradually builds to something bigger.
Somebody always wants more.
Yeah,
somebody's always willing to pay more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you're like, okay, it's like people are like, oh, I wouldn't get naked on there.
Right.
I wouldn't do this. And I'm like, what if I give you $10 million cash?
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm getting naked.
I'm getting naked. I mean, it's just about to get weird. You know what I mean? So that's a perspective, and it took me, obviously till probably I'm 3 weeks on OnlyFans now, and got a lot more positive review from it than I thought I would. The big reason I really went into doing the OnlyFans thing is because I felt so uncomfortable with not just the way I look on TV, but like how I am as a reality TV star, how I am as an influencer. We're trying to like the word influencer. You know what I mean? It's like what everybody's a fucking influencer these days.
Right.
I mean, all of our parents were working fucking 15 hours a day for 20 years to
That's true,
to give us a life, and now they're like, when was the last time
work.
you stepped into an office? I'm like, I don't. Like,
I never did.
Like.
I never did.
I mean, I still do work. I still do jobs. I still do things, but it's on my own schedule. You know what I mean?
Right.
And people are like, how do you do that? Well, I'm an influencer.
Yeah, you gotta take a risk.
You gotta take a
risk. You
risk.
gotta get naked on OnlyFans.
Whoa. No, you gotta get engaged without ever seeing somebody.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No,
that's right.
I'm kidding.